Hello everyone, this is Mira, and this time I'm gonna do a Laura versus Blanka matchup video. So for this matchup, I think Laura wins this matchup very convincingly. I think in all aspects of the matchup, I think Blanka is really outclassed, and Laura is definitely the best electricity user in the game, especially in this matchup. So let's get into it. So Blanka kind of does struggle with fireball traps. His crouch medium kick is stubby, and he has to time it really perfectly to get it to get under the thunderclap, because he kind of has a higher hurt box. It's not super high, but it's also really stubby. Look how close I am to Blanka, and the crouch medium kick is still not reaching. It's a very stubby normal. So the sweep also is a little stubby, and it has a kind of a high hurt box as well. So it's not the best for Blanka to get under the fireball traps. It can be read / alright, I know you're flow charting into this fireball, so you can definitely get it on the startup. I'm trying to time it right. It's kind of hard when there we go. It's hard, but the slide is great against when you're in this mid range, when you're trying to charge up a fireball. They can definitely clip you trying to do that. But again, it has kind of slow startup, so they can definitely get clipped going into it. Crouch light kick is their most reliable, like most characters. Their crouch light kick has decent range, but this is just not enough as a deterrent, because if they mess up, they're getting blown up for it. So I think it's very worthwhile to do a lot of fireball traps against Blanka until they show you that it's not going to go well for you, and until the risk reward skews away from your favor, then that's when you stop doing less fireball traps. But I think she can bully him pretty well with it. So we'll go into neutral now. And I think Laura excels in the neutral. Well, first, her crouch medium kick goes way further than his. So if we go back to, what am I doing? To his crouch medium kick. It has decent range, but Laura's is a tiny bit better. And the thing is, he needs either meter or charge to reliably convert off of it, while Laura doesn't. And she has really good whiff punishes for that crouch medium kick poke. With stand light kick works really well as a buffer. And crouch jab, I think, is one of the best buffers against Blanka. Into EX, this will beat all of his really good pokes. So some of his other good pokes, stand medium punch is an excellent poke, but that's all it is. It's a poke. That's why I think Laura just beats him in neutral, because even though he has kind of annoying pokes, this doesn't convert into anything. It does 60 damage, 100 stun. But if we're playing this poke game, alright, well, what about my stand medium punch? Okay, I got hit a couple times, but you don't get Oki off of it. But if I'm buffering my crouch medium punch at this range, I might get clipped a little bit. But if I'm buffering that medium bolt, the risk reward in neutral I just think is really in Laura's favor. And the other really good poke that I would say really good poke, but it's a solid poke. It crush counters its crouch heavy punch. The thing is, this is the button I really like to look for to whiff punish. Yeah, this is the button I like to try to whiff punish. So if they're throwing this button a lot, you could stand heavy punch, crouch heavy punch, crouch medium punch, and crouch jab. So this is I feel like crouch jab, when you have a bar, you can just kind of sit out at this range and buffer that crouch light punch, because it's going to beat all of his pokes. It's really, really good. Another, I guess you could call it a poke, but it's Blanka Ball. So Blanka Ball, when you don't have meter, you can't really punish it. That was reversal timing. You can punish the medium and the heavy with a medium bolt, but light, you have to use EX, which is fine. Like, whenever they have a bar, I'm like, alright, now you just can't do this against me. That's a free EX bolt. And now EX bolt is even stronger. It's so, like, it's really hard, I feel like, for Blanka to deal with Laura, because, like, one of his most preferred, like special moves, Blanka Ball, gets just turned off once I have a bar. And even when you don't have a bar, this is fine, because you're just inching Blanka into the corner. So, like, every time he does this, like, I'm okay with this. I just dash and I'm +4. Like, I could do something like that to throw them off guard, or something like that. Or they do that, and then I charge a Thunder. Like, and they have to back up, or, like, contest or jump. Something like that. So, I don't really mind too much about Blanka Ball. That's the thing. Just, like, I feel like the risk reward in this matchup. That's the I can't emphasize this so much, as much as I can. Well, my words are getting tongue-tied. But, I feel like Blanka has to take way more risks than Laura to actually succeed in this matchup. So, that's why during your pressure, just keep it nice and simple. Like, he has an EX reversal, but especially when he doesn't have bar, you're free to just throw, shimmy, crouch light kick, crouch light punch. And you can just run this offense over and over again. You can layer in a couple command grabs to start to get them, like, antsy. But that's all I would do. I would do maybe 1 or 2. But you can win this matchup consistently without ever using Laura's command grab. I really think that. So during his pressure, like, I take so many throws against him. Like, one of their most common strings, or, like, things, it's like stand light kick into, oh, let me, yeah, it's like stand light kick into it. It's +3. Like, you can walk out of this pressure, though. The thing is, that's when they start layering in stand light kick into crouch and medium kick. That's another common, like, string to catch you, like, walking back or something. And it'll catch you trying to backdash. But look at how much pushback there is on this string. That's why a lot of times I'm like, alright, try to catch me walking back. I'll take the throw, because the throw is not that big of a deal. It leaves you pretty far away. Like, they're only +13. So they can get a crouch heavy punch. Oh, like a walk forward crouch heavy punch, but that's about it. Yeah, they can get that. I know a lot of times they'll, like, sneak in, like, dashes, but they're like -7, like, or minus. They're super minus. And when you're like, okay, when in doubt, like, okay, I really want to get him off me, like, you can V reversal electricity if you time it right. So if you really need to, you can spend that V meter for V reversal. And I think that's an excellent plan, because it is +4, but the pushback is far enough that it's kind of hard for Blanka to, like, he can't really throw you, he has to walk forward and throw you. And he really has to, really, like, extend his pressure to try to bait you into, like, pressing a button or walking back to trying to clip you. So if you're really patient on defense, or use a lot of, like, V reversals when he does electricity, I really don't think you need V trigger in this matchup, again, because like I said, like, I think she wins, like, neutral so well that she doesn't really need it. Let's talk about his V skills. So let's just do, I mean, V skill 2 is already locked and loaded. Let's do that. So V skill 2, like, when it's not fully charged, like, it doesn't go too far. And he has to commit to either, like, charging it up and releasing it, or, like, do a little charge and, like, backdash. So whenever you see him like hit his chest, and you have a bar, EX Bolt is super reliable. You might clip him in the air, which is fine. Like, that's not the biggest deal, to be honest. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You get the knockdown anyways. It's not, like, ideal, obviously. You want to get the knockdown, but, like, the clean hit, but I think it's really good. And the projectile, it only has one hit. So you just armor right through it. That's why EX Bolt is just so reliable against this V skill. Now V skill 1. Whoops. So V skill 1, it can be kind of annoying. Especially when they like they're be sneaky about it and they'd be a little bit more like on the offensive. You can V skill under it pretty consistently at most ranges. Heavy Bolt, pretty reliable. The only time stand medium punch doesn't become like super reliable is when they're like kind of at that range. Yeah, they're at like, oh, I had them walk up to, yeah. So when they're at this range and they get the cross up, like it's still really good against it, but you might mistime it. That's why V skill is the most reliable thing to combat his V skill 1. If you see him hop up, you can just V skill out of there. Like, no problem. Alright, and now combating his, like, VT2. So, his VT2, like, oops. I have to hit the VT. It's been a while since I played Blanka. No bully. Okay. So when they land behind you like that, they're a little bit less. They have a little bit less frame advantage. Ooh. I should just stay here. All right, weird. Yeah, the recording is kind of goofy. What the hell? There we go. Yeah, he's only like 0 and he doesn't have a 3 frame. So it's pretty nice. When they do land in front though, they are plus. But a lot of times I just either delay a V reversal or I take the throw. When you have a lot of health, you just take those throws. And they'll just eventually just eat away at their BT. Another common thing when they try to set up is they do up ball. Oops. Oops. They'll do up ball and try to cross you up. So whenever I see up ball, I just walk forward. So if I block that up ball, I'm walking forward to block that cross up. And you are plus usually when you block that cross up, but they can cancel it again and again in succession. That's the only thing you have to really worry about. But they're gonna burn almost all of their V trigger doing that. You have to be a little bit cautious during defense during Blanka's VT. Sometimes they'll do like gimmick like hop into that, or they'll wake up with it because okay, I can cancel it and maybe catch you off guard trying to punish this. Which oh shoot. Alright, it's not that hard, yeah. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. Alright. So what I do to punish this, I do stand heavy punch into heavy bolt. This is super reliable. So, and it's really good damage. So whenever you see this blocked, whenever you block this in VT, god damn it. The range on actually EX Bolt or EX up ball is not very good. It can whiff pretty often. But yeah, that's really good damage to punishing it. It's not like obviously optimal like when they when they do it on when they're not in V trigger, but it's still really, really good. So when they're in VT1, I don't really care about VT1. I think VT1's the worst of the two. So you just gotta remember that the up balls are, he always has invincibility on them, no matter if he has EX gauge or not. They're all kind of like powered up. You can cancel them. The thing, yeah. So yeah, up ball, invul. And he has that weird VT move that's it can be unblockable, so a lot of times I just take the unblockable. And yeah, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. Yeah, it's not that much damage. It's just a simple unblockable. That's also minus 17 as well. Like, nah. I think it just charges up his moves. It just makes his damage a little bit more, a little bit better. And it gives him, in my opinion, is the best part about it is his footsies are a little bit stronger because he has really good conversions with electricity without meter. I think that's the best part about it, in my opinion. That's the scariest thing. But if they want to just keep doing like electricity, they only get like 3 of these enhanced special moves. It's not that big of a deal. I think that basically covers it though. Yeah, this matchup I think is really good for Laura. I think Blanka does really badly against Laura. Yeah, that's it. I'll be back with more eventually, one day. Alright, I love you guys. Be safe and have a wonderful day.